The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to ReviewParty.com. I am Brent.
I am Matt.
This is a podcast. It's on the internet. It's about the internet. What on the internet? Because there's so much stuff on there. There's applications. There's applications for jobs.
Yeah.
But we talk about reviews. Reviews for stuff. The more stuff, the better. The bigger variety of stuff we can talk about. The wheelhouse is Amazon, of course.
Of course.
Get a little Google reviews. We love those. But we talk about it all, and hopefully when we're talking about it, we're funny. Isn't that right?
That's right. That's all we try to do for you.
It's all for you. It's a beautiful cake of comedy and internet and reviews. And Brent and Matt, we're all up in there. You pop out like a couple of strippers every week, and strippers that make you laugh. I'm sure there's been a comedy stripper, a stripper with a little, lapel mic who's telling jokes while they're spinning around. I got a review. I'll start with this one. This review was submitted by Benjamin McQuiggan. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
He sent in a review. I believe he said about this one, like, this is the... He's installed a lot of TV mounts lately, and this one's by far the best. So, from Amazon, the Echo Gear wall mount TV bracket for TVs up to 90 inches, low profile design, tilts to eliminate glare, includes drilling template, can be leveled after install, UL listed for safety.
Okay.
I mean, for an Amazon product... Sometimes you don't know what you're getting on Amazon, especially if you don't know the brand. This looks pretty clean and fancy. But don't take it from me. Don't take it from Ben. We're here to listen to J.M. Smith-Sessa. They got two last names. Coolest instruction manual ever. They write, I wanted to start by saying that I have not yet installed this because I have been busy with family and work since I received it. Plus, I need to borrow a stud finder, and I need my girlfriend to give me a hand hanging the TV at the end. Anyway, so it's taken a little longer than I would have liked. But these brackets all do the same thing, and I really do like the design of how the wall mount gets adjusted. That, along with the price and clever packaging and instruction manual, are what I am basing the review. I finally opened the box yesterday and read the instructions. The first thing that you will notice opening the box is a comic book of the inside of the box with neat little jokes about reading the instructions, which I always do, but I have never read an instruction manual cover to cover before even picking up the drill. The kit comes with a very nice template that you tape on your wall once you find the studs, and it's all very simple to understand. How you do the instructions are engaging and make you want to read the parts that are not necessary for your method of install, because every page has at least a joke on it, and extremely easy to understand instructions on how to do something without being condescending. Whoever designed this product had DIYers in the forefront of their mind. I also like the way the product gets adjusted by strings and turning rods. It is definitely a clever design, and the price point it sits at has got to be the best in class by a mile. Well done, Echo Gear. 5 stars. 5 stars.
Okay.
That was all. That was basically like 3 run-on sentences.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I conveyed that well.
Yeah, I picked up on that. Man, so this is what would happen to us if we were hired to a job we weren't qualified for. And just had to figure it out. Like, hey, Brent, Matt, welcome to the design team for IKEA. And we're like, well, we don't really know what that's about, but we can make a comic book.
If we can make this comic book, I'm not really good at making diagrams, but I could make a comic book in Microsoft Paint for y'all.
I could write a story and some jokes for you.
We could write a novella about a man installing a television.
Do we go the haiku route, or do we just sort of freeform prose?
Oh, I would love a haiku on every page about my installation.
This is what we offer you, liberal arts trained employees.
Yeah, they definitely had a couple liberal arts guys on making this instruction manual.
This is customer service.
Right. Well, I'm not exactly qualified for your job, but I've done a lot of customer service, so I'd be good at that part of the job, who everyone on your team probably sucks at, so why not hire me?
This is going to be a page turner, this instruction booklet.
You're going to be getting 5-star reviews on Amazon just for this instruction manual.
That's so wild.
The initiative is wild to me. I read this comic book instruction manual and I got to let them know.
I haven't even done anything yet, but I love it.
Oh, they do tout on this Amazon page, designed in Minnesota. Echo Gear products are dreamed up and sold by real people in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. There's lots of liberal arts out there.
Yeah, there's lots of good people, down to earth.
Yeah, down to earth because they're scared to leave. Got Wisconsin on one side. That's a scary swamp with cheese and stink. North Dakota on the other. That's you can walk for miles and be in the same spot. Yeah, no man's land. What I noticed about Minnesota on my trip is the cops do the, hey, here's a super obvious speed trap, slow down, and then 2 miles later there's another cop.
Ooh.
Like, so when you think, oh, no cops for a while, let me speed, they hit you.
That's good to know.
Yeah, the liberal arts majors are designing the police the police techniques out there as well. What if you guys set kind of a double trap?
A little, good for the goose, good for the gander sort of game we got here.
The other thing that got me about this review is what I was laughing at it. Whoever designed this product had DIYers in the forefront of their mind. I can't help but someone with like a window in their forehead, and there's just like a DIYers trapped in there.
It doesn't really, I don't know that a DIYer is, just because you bought this thing and you're mounting it yourself, you're a DIYer. Doesn't sound the most DIY to me.
Maybe by 2025 standards, that kind of is a DIYer.
That you assemble and hang the thing yourself. Okay, maybe. It is an installation.
A DIYer, you can't help it. Someone who would make their own TV mount, right?
Almost, yeah. They're sourcing parts and compiling it. They got drawers full of the different bolts and nuts that they need.
I'll mount your TV. All I need is 3 2x4s and one of these here brackets I got from the scrap yard.
That's DIY, man. In the forefront.
Yeah, so true. No, I picked a DIYer is basically like a hillbilly who knows how to rig stuff up nice. Yes. Or I think there's 2 extremes. There's either a hillbilly who does everything with duct tape and 2x4s, or there's like the guy with a beard who drinks IPAs and has like a beanie cap, and he built all the furniture in his house out of like sandalwood.
Right, yeah. He's drilled little holes for his charging cables to go through.
Yeah, it goes my MacBook. I made a little cutout here for my MacBook.
All right.
Yeah, you got a review?
I have a Google review that was sent to us by Jacob Kiosk. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you.
This is a Google review for Wild Things Fur. It's touted as a hat shop, but I think they do a bit more than that based on this review from Monica Balistreri. Monica, not too pleased, she writes, "My husband sent his bear hide to you in 2020. He has made multiple attempts to contact and find out why it has taken so long. 2 years later, and still no bear. Turns out you lost it after all this time, and no one even attempted to contact him. He's beyond disappointed and will no longer take his animals to you. 1 star.
That sucks.
We do have a response from owner. Hey there. When we received your bear in 2020, the formal... God. The formerly reputable tannery was experiencing employee loss, supply shortage, and a flood of pelts that they were not ready to take on. This caused the delay. We are extremely sorry for this. We did receive your husband's bear, and it is now in his possession. I, Don, and my team take pride in making sure people's hides are returned to them. We understand the frustration this has caused. When the tannery doesn't provide it, it reflects poorly on us. We hope you can accept our apology and thank you for your business.
Hey, they hooked it up, it sounds like.
Sounds like they made things right.
They hooked it up. No, that's as the son of a hunter. Like, that's a precious commodity, and especially a lot of, I think, the hunters that have not conservatism. What do you call that?
Where you want to use like every part of the thing?
Yeah, you want to use every part of the animal.
Yeah.
You want to be respectful. You don't want to waste anything, or, this beautiful animal gave you everything, and
right, you're not just killing because it makes you feel good.
You're right, and there are those hunters too, and we hate them, but like there's good hunters for sure. That would be crazy. Or it's just like, plus it's expensive. I guess that's the other like practical part. Like that bear pelt ain't just nickels and dimes that you're sending in to get taken care of, right?
Yeah, I imagine that's a big deal. And think about their den. It's just, it's been waiting for the centerpiece.
It's been rugless. They've needed it.
That bear.
They've been, the Swiffer is worn out because of that tile spot where the bear rug should be, collecting so much dust.
To invite people over, man, but I had to put it off for 2 years because the room looks so dumb.
You know how many brisket I've had to return to the store before it expires?
I've got the Bears in the Canoe table lamp. I have the bear claw coasters. I've got my whole room themed around this.
You got one of those nice 4x8 painting of some dancing bears, watercolor. It's just beautiful it says by Thomas Reed or something. Who knows who that guy is?
Yeah.
But he draws bears and stuff for a living.
And
Got it at the swamp meet.
It all looks stupid without a bear rug in the middle.
I look like a fool.
Yeah, what's this room supposed to be? Dick around room?
Happy grab ass with stupid knickknacks room?
No, see, there's supposed to be a bear pelt rug in the middle. Yeah, like you could kill a bear.
You couldn't kill a bear with a gun. This is turning into this is basically what happened to the dude in Big Lebowski, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, your rug situation is messed up. That throws off everything.
It brings together the whole room, man.
You've been going on some sort of daring adventure to fix that.
Right, exactly. Or like call customer service 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, a couple Google reviews. Maybe that'll do it for you.
Yeah, I hate customer service, man. Even when you manage to talk to a human now, like it feels like you're still talking to AI. Like they don't understand. You walk into customer service. I ain't go unless I got a specific weird problem. I'm not going to call you if I can solve it with the FAQs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, why are you just trying to railroad my problem into like an FAQ-able, solvable problem?
Don't give me that.
And then, so you're spending a half hour just getting them to figure out what your problem is, even though you've stated it in plain language a million times. My bear pelt's missing. My broom is not coming together. All right. I have a review. Another one from Amazon. Another one submitted by Benjamin.
Party.
We got a Juome, Juome jar, resin molds, silicone, mushroom jar, silicone molds with lid for epoxy, resin casting for DIY, jewelry storage box, candy container, home decoration. So they're little resin mushrooms you can put probably drugs in, jewelry.
Hot, sick, nasty.
Oh no, actually, you can This is the mold so you can make these little mushroom guys.
Whoa, okay.
Cool. Okay, but so this is, speaking of DIYers, we got real DIYer energy here, right? Let's see what Carter's up to. They titled it Produced Gorgeous Little Pink Mushroom. The product color is mushroom. They write, this mold produces a gorgeous little mushroom. It's hard to demold the top, and if you don't fit it all the way, it does leave a sharp edge around the bottom, so be careful on molding it. I did bleed for this jar. If you're wondering about the actual divot for the mushroom dots, you can fill those with paint markers. If I were purchasing, I'd go white, black, and gold, which would go with any base color. And you don't even necessarily have to coat it again. Chances are nothing is going to scratch down in the divots or wear them enough to make the mold unusable. It's a very sturdy mold, not particularly detailed, which can be a good thing for a resin wall, and it's pretty cheap. One of these jars sells for $20 handmade, so even factoring the cost of other supplies, you can make a product with a higher value than what you're spending on the first go around. I'm on my third mushroom with these. Second top turned ugly. My own fault. I was experimenting. But the third top is still in project. If it turns out as cool as I'm hoping, I'll update this review with a picture of one, too. They sent a picture. I'll pass it along. The mold, it's $8.99. They, relevant to the review there. And this is a much more sizable mushroom than I pictured when I saw them.
Oh, yeah.
We got baseball size mushrooms here.
Yeah, that'll fill your fist for sure. I do like that top. The stem's a little dark, but hey, that looks pretty.
Yeah, a little doo-doo brown on the stem she made. The Amazon ones are very like gemstone inspired.
Whoa.
You can see the galaxy in these mushrooms, but no, I think after seeing the product in her hand, be a fistful of mush, these are actually good jars, and I can see why they go for $20.
Yeah. If they're that wicked cool, sure.
Wicked cool, but she bled for these mushrooms, man.
Oh my god. The sharp resin got her.
No, resin is I imagine resin is ooey gooey. It's not ooey gooey, but it's soft and plastic.
Ooey gooey, and then it's smooth, soft plastic, silky.
People making prison shanks out of resin, man.
Yeah, you gotta watch out, I guess.
That's crazy.
But I am fascinated by that she's going to set up shop and start just making bank on these suckers.
Out of an Amazon product, imagine if you got these off Amazon Vine.
Oof.
That's an instant $20. Well, probably $5 for the resin. No, but the resin mold industry and the 3D print industry is booming.
It is. Yeah, you go to art fairs, you see that stuff there. You see the same like linked up dragon. You're like, oh, cool. Let me spin the dragon and see it serpentine. Cool.
And it's all that's on Etsy and stuff now.
Yeah.
And it's like it's funny because it's like a company, a capitalist company, could fill these holes so easily.
Oh yeah,
they have to be in demand.
Don't let them know.
Oh no, people are out there bleeding for this. They'll be like, "Well, I'll pay you to bleed for this for $5.50 an hour."
Oh boy.
How many mushrooms you gotta sell a day? You gotta sell a lot of mushrooms a day to go full time on mush making.
Oh yeah, it's got to be steady in, steady out, if not increasing.
Yeah, you gotta like steal some gnomes. I think if I was going in the resin business, I would definitely enslave some gnomes or otherworldly fairies to do it for me.
That's what they're there for.
Oh, that's Greg the Gnome. Yep, he's great at customer service. He has a liberal arts degree. Yeah, my customer service gnome.
He is. He's just impeccable on personable type things.
If you could resin mold anything, what would it be?
Anything.
I would do a golem, a living spirit.
Ooh.
inside of a resin mold who I
Wow.
can put jelly beans and candles in.
Okay. So we're thinking mystical and metaphysical things are allowed. I was thinking like a master ball.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
A master
Okay.
ball?
Yeah. Or like the keys to a
Now you're
cool-
talking.
Cool hideout.
No, the resin mold guy who makes skeleton keys is like, oh yeah, you want a key to your local police department? Here, let me make a resin mold of that real quick. Oh, you would like the keys to the nuclear launch room in the White House?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a 3D print mold for that.
Okay, as long as they're galaxy themes, that's what I want.
Yeah, you want to pay $5 extra for the holographic galaxy glitter?
Please, yeah. When I destroy the Earth, I want to know. That's symbolic.
Can you? Yeah, I want to print me a first edition Charizard card that is an ID card to get into. I don't know where to. The golf course, is that where rich people hang out?
Yeah,
and
the
stuff?
club.
The
Mhm.
Illuminati golf course, the local golf course that also has the Illuminati clubhouse. Yeah,
Hang
now
out
we're
with
cooking.
with the old men.
I gotta hang out with these rich old men. They're probably, I mean, they gotta be talking about cool stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like stocks and bonds.
Sick.
Bro, my stock portfolio is blooming so sick nasty. All right. Me and Matt gotta talk about our stock portfolios. We'll see you after the break.
Excuse us. Sorry.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to... I don't know why that's the theme. It's Reviewer Redux.
Hey.
That means it's the segment where we revisit and repeat a reviewer, someone who was a little quirky or stood out in some way, shape, or form, such that we thought maybe there's something else they got to say about some other things or places or something like that. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I should have looked harder to figure out what they originally reviewed. But we're going back to Amazon for a reviewer whose name was very apt. Amazon reviewer Reasonable Person.
Oh, I do remember that name. Oh, yeah, and I remember they were quite unreasonable.
Precisely, yes. So we're going to see if we get a bit more of that. I'm going to start with this review of the Alba Botanica Daily Moisturizing Lotion. Sensitive skin, fragrance-free, 32-ounce. Packaging may vary. It's just like a bottle of lotion with the pump top. And Reasonable Person has this to say. They titled their review, Bad Cap. And write, my elderly father had to use pliers to open the bottle. Perhaps they could improve the packaging? The lotion inside is excellent. 4 stars.
I mean, if bro's got I can't even think of that disease's name.
Parkinson's?
No. It's not even a disease.
Palsy?
Where's your wrists don't work?
Oh, carpal tunnel.
No. I want to say Alzheimer's, but that's your brain. It's another all.
Lockjaw.
Fingers hurt.
Raynaud's syndrome.
No. What the heck?
Bubble guts.
It's where your joints don't work so good no more.
Arthritis.
Arthritis. Thank you. See, arthritis. That's going to edit that out, but that's got to stay in. Yeah, old man's got arthritis. I don't think that's the lotion's fault.
Like you twist the thing and then the pump spring action's up. You don't need heavy assembly.
Sometimes you got to monkey it a little bit, but so be it. If anything to let me know my lotion is pure.
Yeah, man. As long, I guess I'll give Reasonable Person credit for still giving a 4-star review on that because the lotion was good.
The cream and the coconut is delicious.
Here is Reasonable Person's review of a book titled Something Happened in Our Town, a child's story about racial injustice. Quick synopsis follows 2 families, one white, one black, as they discuss a police shooting of a black man in their community. Timely, maybe appropriate. 2 authors, one white, one black. Look at that. Here's what Reasonable Person has to say. They title the review, For Older Kids. And right, this book is definitely thought-provoking and addresses necessary topics in a head-on way for kids. However, the target age demographic is wrong. The language choice and scenarios are far more appropriate for older kids, not my precious 5-year-old. For younger kids, we can talk about equality and inclusion and how historically people have been treated differently because of their skin color, accent, or sex, without talking about guns or police shootings. 3 stars.
Let them know. Do
Yeah,
not
I'm
shield
thinking
your children from the horrors of the world.
if you don't want to talk about guns or police shootings, maybe don't pick up the book that's about guns and police shootings.
Yeah. But also pick it up. Tell your kids that they have privilege and they should be better than all that. Because look at all the scary stuff that racism has wrought. I feel like that's half the problem with like people that are casually racist is they just like shielding it from themselves is normalized to the point where they don't even see it.
Yeah.
They refuse. They're more concerned with thinking they're a good person than they are with addressing the terrible things that happen every day to innocent people.
I won't say no one, but very few people are like willfully ignorant of things. You can't necessarily be maliciously ignorant. And you hear the word ignorant, you think, well, that's such an affront to me. That's an attack on my character. Not necessarily. If you're ignorant of something, you just don't know. Which means you need to expose yourself.
Right.
You need to open your mind.
Yeah, I feel like some people use ignorance as a shield. If they're ignorant, then they can never be wrong. Yeah.
We're here to say Reasonable Person is wrong.
Reasonable person needs to be a little more reasonable here. If they're scared of their kids seeing gun violence, I don't know. It's not like they showed like a crazy picture of a firing squad in this or something.
I'm sure there's not a bullet-ridden corpse in the illustrations.
Meanwhile,
I don't know,
little 5-year-old Johnny's got like 17 super soakers and fucking Nerf guns and
and a little camouflage vest.
Yeah, and one of those sweet Nerf RPGs where you put a whole Nerf grenade in there. Plays fucking Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Let's move back to Reasonable Person's comfort zone. This is a review for the Lavaca Women's Fall Long Sleeve Side Split Loose Blouses Casual Pullover Tunic Tops. It's like a big shirt, a big old long sleeve shirt.
It's a big blouse. BB.
Reasonable Person titles their review Too Long. Which again, this is a loose tunic,
A shawl, if you will.
Yeah, they're right. Sure, length is too long. It doesn't work for actual women with real hips. Uncomfortably tight on butt. 3 stars.
So, some might say that's a plus, ma'am. I mean,
Yeah, like, I like showing off my hiney.
someone wants that, wants the sausage to be cased in that proportion, so to speak.
And okay, I'm looking at the pictures, and sure, this is a very slim model.
Sure.
Modeling the long, look at, you can see it's draping down past her butt. You
Right.
can see how long it is. You knew what you got into.
Yeah, it's shot. This is crazy to me. This is blowing my mind more than anything other.
This will blow your mind even more. I'm sorry. I'm just going to jump right to the On Safari Swim Trunks 6 by Rugged Butts. This is children's swim trunks by a brand called Rugged Butts.
I don't want to think about butts in children's.
Reasonable Person titles the review, "Not for super skinny kids." And bearing what we just read, you might think, oh, he's a hefty fella. I don't know. Let's hear what Reasonable Person has to say. My 7-year-old has a 24-pack. He never stops moving, so his body is pure, lean muscle. We have a really hard time finding swim trunks that fit him properly. The 5 to 6 size in this is still too large for him, even with the adjustable waistband. It's also too big for my 5-year-old, who's built a little more solidly and not quite as skinny. I'll hold on to them for next summer, but they're not right for us yet. 4 stars.
This is how I talk about my 1.5-year-old Saint Bernard, man. Not about a human.
Yeah, that lean muscle. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
isn't he lean for a big dog? Yeah, he's got a good diet.
It's life.
Don't talk about your little child like that. They're a person.
My kid has a 24-pack of a Greek deity.
My kid is pure performance. All he does is eat beef jerky and run around like a gazelle.
The clothes just fall from his lithe little body. It's all we can do to throw a towel and rope around him.
He's like the Incredible Hulk if the Incredible Hulk debulked and was just lean like Usain Bolt.
Oh, God, you need to see it. My 5-year-old, he's a little heifer, but these are still too big for him.
Yeah.
But
5-year-old's
boy.
a little fucking stack of shit, a little fucking ball of goo on the ground.
Either way, I'll wait till next year to put these on either of them.
I mean, if your kids are all funny shaped, just go to Walmart and have them try some on, God forbid.
Yeah, maybe Amazon ordering isn't the way to go. Like, then you're just sitting on swim trunks for a year.
I feel reasonable person's kids have got to be like feral iPad kids, though. They're probably like chewing on the fucking metal.
It's funny you should say
hangers.
that, because the final review I have here is for the Mafidi 3-pack LCD writing tablet, 8.5-inch electronic drawing pads for kids, portable e-writer doodle board.
Smelled it from a mile away.
It looks kind of like those, I guess they're probably like magnetic boards, you remember, where you'd write on it and you can clear it. But the electronic version of that.
Yeah, we needed a more expensive electronic version of that.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Reasonable Person titles their review in all caps, "This does not work," and writes, "This doesn't work. Writing? Fine. Erasing? Impossible. A waste of money, and Amazon won't let me return it. This place is a wasteland of cheap stuff that doesn't work, and I am sick of it. 1 star." And that's the most reasonable thing Reasonable Person has had to say, I think.
Yeah, no. They're overreacting, obviously. It's like, yeah, welcome to the reality we're all living in. Reasonable Person.
I'm going to blow your mind. Get some Crayolas and a notebook, and your kids will be just fine.
I just got some furniture from Amazon, and I got a toolkit from Amazon that I use to put together the furniture.
Uh-huh.
Best toolkit I've ever had? No. Easiest furniture I've ever had to use? No. Google Translate instructions I had to read? Yes. Do I have the furniture together? Is it in my place? And is it going to last me for the year I'm here and do just fine? Yes. Just like sometimes you got to adjust your expectations. You're ordering from Amazon. It might not be the best. It's not the Echo Gear wall mount TV bracket.
No, this is the Mafidi 3-pack LCD writing tablet.
Right. You're gambling a bit, and that's why I put so much stock in the reviews. I'm sure any problem reasonable person had has been mentioned, at least offhandedly.
No doubt. No doubt.
Just do God forbid you have to do 5 minutes of fucking research before you invest your like $30-$40, but I'm sure to a reasonable person they wipe their ass with that.
That's unreasonable.
That is true. That is true. Scrolling down like 3 mouse wheels to read what other people say about a product is quite unreasonable. We should be the unreasonable podcast. Well, I'm so glad we got to spend more time with this absolute freak.
Yep. Bon voyage.
Yeah, see you next time, motherfucker. I got a review. I mentioned one time, it was a while ago now, that I denied Ben the hat trick by spreading out his reviews he sent in. And immediately after that episode dropped, Ben DM'd me and said, give me the hat trick. So, submitted by Benjamin McQuiggan. Thank you very much, Ben. We got some reviews. I'll probably just read one. We'll see. Maybe there'll be more. We'll go crazy. From comicbookroundup.com for Bug Wars #1. Written by Jason Aaron. The artist is Mahmoud Asrar. Yeah, just another comic book Ben's recommended. And he gave us Hank Rhea's review. I think this makes Bug Wars sound pretty crazy, so I'll read this one.
Okay.
Hank Rhea is with Lotus Land Comics. Jason Aaron describes Bug Wars as Game of Thrones meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And in the opening sequence, it's an all-out war. Giving credence to that description, it's an R-rated A Bug's Life where the combat is vicious and bloody and choreographed by Aaron and artist of Mahmoud Asrar and Matthew Wilson. There is an entirely microscopic hidden world among the blades of grass and anthills of the Slaymaker property, where Slade's father was eaten alive by bugs.
What?
Slade's family is in a bit of disarray, trying to pick up the pieces when he finds himself entrenched in the middle of a bloody conflict. Genuinely thrilling as a fully realized tribal conflict, as the first issue lays out factions and interesting character designs. As any good chapter should do, it reels in the reader, waiting to see more. Bug Wars is a captivating new adventure you can't miss. 9 out of 10.
Ooh. That just sounds cool.
It sounds like some good old-fashioned 90s fun, right?
Yeah.
We don't need no stinking suspension of disbelief. We need people turning anamorphin into freaking bugs and stuff.
You want to reimagine your whole outside? Whoa, what if there was a little world down there in your backyard? All sorts of stuff going on.
What if there's political intrigue among the blades of grass?
What if there was death, decay, war, crime?
People's parents getting eaten by bugs, man.
All that right outside your doorstep, maybe. That's going to make me read. And that better than just reading, that's going to make me imagine.
Ooh.
That's going to make me draw with my Crayolas on a notebook instead of in a Mafidi LCD drawing pad.
I've mentioned it at least offhandedly on the show, I'm sure 100 times, but how the world IQ just seems like it's going down. People are getting stupider, not smarter.
Yeah.
Despite our unlimited access to free information.
That's right there.
And I think a part of it is people don't be reading anymore.
Not
the way
as
comic
much.
books just juice your imagination. It's like giving a protein shake to your frontal lobe. It's so good.
And I don't know if people realize this, but you can read comic books very quickly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is pictures.
Mm-hmm. And your
Detailed.
brain fills it in for you.
Yeah. You tear through them.
And manga, you can cruise through 50 chapters of manga in a hot sitting for sure. And I know people be loving their binges these days. A manga binge is tops. You didn't hear from me, but pretty easy to find some free manga online for sure. Comic books too.
I recently read the A Court of Thorns and Roses series because I have to portray one of the characters at a fairy ball. And you know what? Yeah, was I initially excited to read quote unquote fairy smut? Not really, but then I was like, you know what? Dang. Let's go. Here I am tearing through 800 pages or whatever. Just to see my man's make sure his girls is safe and vice versa.
And all of a sudden your brain feels good. All of a sudden you're smarter. All of a sudden you see a word you haven't read before and you look it up and then you know that word.
That's what it's all about.
Like undulation.
Ooh. Tasty word.
I hope that's a real word. I hope I didn't just put together a couple other words. I think it's real.
That's for sure a word.
It's awesome. See, I read books, man. I know words like undulation. Do you have a review?
Yeah, I've got a review of the Trap Music Museum. This is a Google Maps review. The Trap Music Museum in Atlanta, Georgia. One person said, it's more like a museum where you take pictures rather than a museum. It's like 3 rooms, and you could probably get all 3 rooms in one picture. But Ebony Robinson seemed to have a more fun time than that. Ebony writes, this place is everything trap music of the old and new generations. It's a time capsule of feel-good, do it, get down, and dirty music. Maybe I should have said get down and dirty music. That's better. Work on my phrasing. It's a must-see when visiting the ATL. Also, not recommended for young kids under the age of 13. In my mom opinion, do be ready to dance, grab a snack drink, and flick it up. You will thank me later. Have fun. 5 stars.
I mean, if they got drinks and snacks, that sounds like a complete experience to me. Who cares how many rooms there are?
Somebody's like, I bought a ticket to an escape room, and I also got to go to this museum, which was part of the, like attached to it was a trap escape room or something, which sounds intense.
Yeah, they're playing trap music while you're trying to escape. I'm the type of guy who has to turn the music down on the radio when I'm thinking about something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You're pulling up on the address. Better turn that down so you can.
I gotta use my eyes better. Let me stop listening to this. And it's in Atlanta. That's authentic, right? That's real. Yeah, I mean, I guess in Atlanta you just go outside and see the Trap Museum.
True. Yeah, it's all around you.
The music's in the streets.
I'm looking at Trap Music Museum. Defined: trap, informal, structures, zones, or capacities where narcotic suppliers prepare, operate, and distribute their product. Quote, United Parcel Service and the people at the post office didn't call you back because you had cloudy piss, so now you're back in the trap. Just that, trapped. Go on and marinate on that for a minute.
So, she did say you get ready to dance.
Yeah.
But it also speaks to the trap house itself.
Yeah. Second definition, informal, a place where one hustles and grinds for financial gain to change one's circumstances.
There we go.
Headed to the trap to put these hours in.
I mean, that's how I feel when I log into like Instacart or whatever.
Yeah, man. It's a grind.
Heading to the trap to put these hours in. The health food grocery store parking lot. That's my trap. The old podcast. That's the trap.
It's a good one, though.
It's a good one. I'm starting to think highly of these traps here. That's our podcast. Thank you for hanging out and listening this week. You made it to the end. That means you're a real one. Enjoy your new authenticity as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
We got new episodes every Tuesday. That's right. Tuesday Reviews Day. You can put a hashtag on it if you want. Or you could send in an absurd review like Ben did, like Jacob did. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And you can be a part of the show. Yay. Please send an email with a hyperlink or a screenshot of the review to reviewparty.com@gmail.com and include a name or moniker so we can give you credit.
If you want to reach out to us in some other way, shape, form, denomination, we're on Instagram and TikTok at reviewparty.com. We're on Twitter/X at reviewpartypod. If you want to find us on YouTube or Letterboxd, search Review Party. I am sure you will find more of our content to consume. I feel like, isn't there just like a more low-key place where stuff isn't totally overwhelming my senses? Yes, the answer to that question is reviewparty.com. It's blue. It's soothing. You'll find blog posts there relating to reviews. You will find the shop there with our image and stuff on there. It's a good place to hang out for a little while. Just chill out.
Just chill.
The internet moves fast, but you don't have to on reviewparty.com.
No, you really don't. Slow it down. Delete a couple apps, but keep the one you listen to our podcast on and the one you listen to Nosebleeds on. You can find them on Spotify. They did our theme song. Well, they didn't do our theme song. They did a cool song, and we asked, can we use it in the episode? And they said yes, because they're cool. It's called Bread for Breakfast. They have a lot more awesome tunes that I'm sure you'd enjoy. Check them out, Spotify or whatever you get your music. Nosebleeds, one word. Follow, subscribe, favorite, wherever you listen. You know the button. Just hit it. It helps us out a ton. One little like or follow or favorite or whatever can always just put us over the edge to show us to a bunch more people. You do not know the power you possess. Leave a review on iTunes. You can do that on Spotify now too. Check out Matt's newsletter. That's on the website, which you should also check out. Notifications. Turn on notifications on Spotify. I love getting podcast notifications. Gets me on hard. I have a review to send us off. This is from Amazon for Allah Lighting, 4 pieces, T10, 194, 168 LED light bulbs, 10,000 K blue parking license, interior map dome, trunk, cargo lights, 175, 161, 280, 25, W5W, 2821 for cars, trucks and RVs.
Keep going. Oh, okay.
No, they're in some interior LED lights you can use as replacements. This is from Rhonda Rain. Sorry, it's all one word because it's at gmail.com.
Oh, okay.
Rhonda Renee Dameron, I think, at gmail.com if you want to email her. They titled their review, "Love these." They write, "To be honest, I have not put them in yet, but my friend ordered them, and that's what made me get them, and they were very, very bright. Very bright. Very bright. And they are pretty. I do recommend these 5 stars."
How bright are they?
Very bright. Very bright.
Whoa.
She got to let us know.